Hi dear friends and subscribers, welcome to the Cricket Happening Show today. In this part of the Cricket Happening Show, what we are going to do today is we are going to talk about the first day's play of the Test series which started between India and South Africa. And one thing has to be told, that as you know, India lost. If you look at the overseas tour, in the sense, if you have seen that India got a drubbing in Australia, drubbing against England, and looking at two overseas tours, India had 8 losses. And considering that, I thought India had a very good start, especially considering after the retirement of Sachin Tendulkar, Rahul Dravid, VVS Lakshman and Saurav Ganguly. This is a young brigade which has Virat Kohli, Cheteshwar Pujara. It had Ajinkya Rahane and Shikhar Dhawan leading the pack. And here, as far as India are concerned, I thought the young brigade has really put up a good show. It was led from the front by Virat Kohli, who was playing his first ever match in South Africa, and his first ever Test match in South Africa. And what a knock he played. He went on to score a century. So congratulations to Virat Kohli, and that really shows what the Indian think tank has been doing. They have been doing a lot of work on the pace and bounce on the South African pitches, and Virat Kohli in particular is a very determined character, and he brought all the determination to the fore when he scored a magnificent 119 runs today in a score India that finished with 255 for 5 towards close of play, with Ajinkya Rahane also showing lots of good application in carving out an unbeaten 40-odd runs, which I'll talk about. So that is as far as India and South Africa is concerned. I will do a full report now on that particular match. And then we have one match which is going on right now. As I said, the one-day international series has started, and Pakistan were the ones who batted first. And Pakistan would be very happy with the fact that Mohammad Hafeez, who has always been struggling with the bat for quite a long time, finally, after a very long time, managed to score a century. In fact, he scored 122 runs of 129 balls with 7 fours and 4 sixes, holding this Pakistan innings together, combining into some very good partnership with all the batsmen. And finally, the Pakistan tally stood at a very princely 322 for 5 wickets at 50 overs, which is being played at the Sharjah Cricket Stadium right now. And as far as they made 322 for 5, it's a huge total. And Sri Lanka Sri Lanka right now batting are finding themselves a bit of a tizzy here, I would say, because they are 135 for 3 after 28 overs. So still there a long way to go. I'll be taking you over there live and seeing what exactly is happening. But let's now focus on the first Test match of the series between India and South Africa, which was played at the Bull Ring, the new Wanderers Stadium here in Johannesburg. Well, the Indian captain Mahendra Singh Dhoni won the toss, and looking at the conditions, one thought it was a very right decision by Mahendra Singh Dhoni to actually elect to bat first. Well, even though he elected to bat first, there was not a lot of lateral movement for the pace bowlers. But before that, let me talk about the team composition. India decided that they would go with a pace attack which consisted of Ishant Sharma, Zahir Khan and Mohammad Shami. So the pace attack was totally strengthened there with a frontline spinner being Ravichandran Ashwin. And as far as the other things are concerned, the batting, as I said, is an young brigade which is leading the whole pack. Other than Mahendra Singh Dhoni, if you look at the batting order, other than Mahendra Singh Dhoni and Virat Kohli, it is a real young brigade for India. And then as far as South Africa were concerned, I was a bit surprised at that, but they decided that they would go with Imran Tahir, the right-arm leggy against India. Well, as far as the match started, it all started with Dale Steyn testing the batsmen with lots of bouncers, and also bowling some balls outside the off stump just to test the Indians. And well, I thought both Vijay and Dhawan were very cautious. They had a very good judgment of the balls which were going close to their off stump, and they were leaving it perfectly well. But then Shikhar Dhawan, who is a very compulsive hooker actually, So what Dale Steyn did is, Dale Steyn saw that there was not much movement for the bowlers. He decided to bowl bouncers, and in fact he bowled 4 bouncers in a particular over. One bouncer was hit for 4 through the backward square leg region. After that, one of the bouncers went harmlessly past by, but the 4th one, Shikhar Dhawan, was sucked into it as he went for a hook shot, and Imran Tahir at the fence took the catch. So that was the first wicket which was scalped by South Africa when Shikhar Dhawan was gone. Caught Imran Tahir, bowled by Dale Steyn for 13 with 2 boundaries. So India was 17 for 1, and Murali Vijay was pretty watchful till that time, even though he was occupying, he was using a lot of balls. That was not a problem at all, but Murali Vijay was out to the best bowler today, Morne Markel, who, as you know, with his natural height that he has, he can generate a lot of bounce there. And what he did is, but this was a bad stroke from Murali Vijay, I thought, because Murali Vijay decided to play away from his body, and that he got a nick onto the ball. De Villiers behind when the stumps did the rest, and Murali Vijay was a walker. Caught De Villiers, bowled Markel for 6 with 1 boundary. So India suddenly had a bad start to the Test series with the score reading 24 for 2. In walked Virat Kohli to join Cheteshwar Pujara, and Virat Kohli and Cheteshwar Pujara, what they did, especially Cheteshwar Pujara, was really playing the anchor man to perfection. Virat Kohli, well, he was also doing the same. Initially he was struggling a bit, he was a bit shaky outside the off stump, but slowly in the company of Pujara, he started, what they did is, what they did best, he started wearing off this South African bowlers like Dale Steyn, Vernon Philander and Morne Markel, and that prompted Graham Smith to try to break this pair by bringing in Imran Tahir. But even though Imran Tahir was brought, Imran Tahir was really taken apart by Virat Kohli as he played some beautiful drives, some beautiful pull strokes. So that actually started giving the confidence that Virat Kohli needed. And then when whichever bowler was bowling, Virat Kohli was equal to the task, and slowly his confidence was back once he started creaming Imran Tahir for boundaries. And after 2 overs he had to be removed because he was not making much of an impression, and Virat Kohli was garnering pretty quick runs. So after that, as I said, Virat Kohli got that sort of a tonic once he played against Imran Tahir, and that enabled him to start stroking the ball much more freely. Cheteshwar Pujara, as I said, was playing the anchor man to perfection, and both of them had slowly started repairing the damage, and the partnership started rising very well for India, and the score had actually gone on to 113. So that essentially meant that it was an 89-run partnership which was going on for the 3rd wicket. But at this particular juncture, what Virat Kohli did is he actually drove a ball. In fact, he put it on the onside, and he had actually given a start. He had just taken a start and then stopped mid-pitch when he saw that Amla was, I think it was Imran Tahir who was swooping onto the ball, and then in fact Cheteshwar Pujara had gone almost half the pitch, and it was very difficult for him to regain lost ground as the bails were taken off, and it was a run-out combination which was done by Imran Tahir and Amla. And Cheteshwar Pujara, he looked very good, and it was looking very difficult for Cheteshwar Pujara. I am sure the South African bowlers had to put a price on his wicket, because it was not easy, because he was really standing there like a rock of Gibraltar. But unfortunately for Pujara, he was run out for 25 with 2 boundaries, and that was something that South Africa direly needed. They got it. 113 for 3 at that time was the score. Rohit Sharma joined in Virat Kohli, and Rohit Sharma, well, he hit 1 boundary, but other than that, I wouldn't say it was pretty convincing, but yes, he definitely gave some amount of support to Virat Kohli. But Vernon Philander got Rohit Sharma to play a lazy looking shot, which he normally does, as you know, but he has, I mean, if you look at his, we call it a lazy elegance of Rohit Sharma, but nowadays, as you know, he has become pretty consistent. But I thought that was not a good shot from Rohit Sharma. It was a loose drop from Rohit Sharma. He was caught behind by De Villiers with the bowling of Philander for 14, and the score at 151 for 4. From 151 for 4, Virat Kohli was joined in by Ajinkya Rahane. Now Ajinkya Rahane is playing for the first time in South Africa, like Virat Kohli, and Ajinkya Rahane, well, he took his time at the crease. He allowed Virat Kohli, who was gaining in confidence, to play his strokes. And Virat Kohli, as I said, once again Imran Tahir, the spinner, was brought into the attack by Graham Smith. But again, Virat Kohli was the man who went after him. So basically, not only Virat Kohli, even Ajinkya Rahane started playing some strokes, because Ajinkya Rahane, as you know, is a very good player of spin. So he also, in fact, what Ajinkya Rahane was doing was he was playing some effortless strokes. He was timing the ball perfectly. He was getting the ball, he was showing the full face of the bat, which was very important, and he was getting everything on the middle of his bat, and also his defense was also pretty good. And then this partnership once again started giving some hope to India. From 151 for 4, another recovery of sorts was going on between Virat Kohli and Ajinkya Rahane, as the score again started moving on, and it had almost added 68 runs for the 5th wicket. And you know, it was almost coming to, I would say there were another 15 overs still left for close of play, and Virat Kohli had already reached his century, and that too in his first innings on South African soil in a test match. Virat Kohli getting onto a century, so that was a great feeling. And as I said, Virat Kohli, some of the strokes that he played, his drives were superb, his pulls were really powerful, and his timing was impeccable, and also his judgment of leaving the balls outside the off stump and not getting rattled by the South African pacers or the banter that was going around. But just before he got out, there was a banter between Jack Callis and Virat Kohli, but then Callis got the better of Virat Kohli, as Virat Kohli actually tried to play a shot by actually leaning on, but what he did is he actually tried to hit the ball in the air, and Dumini took a good catch there onto his right side, took the catch, and he was walker. Virat Kohli, after making a magnificent 119 with 18 boundaries in that knock, was walking, and it was pretty sad, because this partnership was doing well, and probably India would have fancied that they could go to close of play with Virat Kohli unbeaten, but that was not to be, as Virat Kohli had to depart. Caught Dumini bowled Callis after making 119 runs with 18 fours, and the South African the team was absolutely jubilant. And why not? Because they wanted to see, they definitely wanted to see the back of Virat Kohli, and that was it. So the score became 219 for 5, and that left Ajinkya Rahane, who was looking good. He was also playing some good strokes. He was caressing the ball very well, and as I said, he was playing it effortlessly. He was showing the full face of the bat, which was very important. And Ajinkya Rahane, I think it would have done loads of confidence to his batting potential here by carving out an unbeaten 43 at close of play. In fact, from 219 for 5, the new ball was also taken. That is, once Virat Kohli was gone, the new ball was taken, and the new ball, well, didn't really met with any reward. Basically, Ajinkya Rahane gathered a lot of runs, and also Mahendra Singh Dhoni played some very good, hit some very good boundaries in his unbeaten knock of 17, and both of them took India to the safety at close of play on the first day of this first test match between India and South Africa, played at the new Wanderers Stadium in Johannesburg, at the score on 255 for 5 after the entire 90 overs were bowled for the day. Ajinkya Rahane was on a very, very impressive 43 with 7 boundaries. Mahendra Singh Dhoni, the captain, was not out on 17 with 3 boundaries. As you know, Mahendra Singh Dhoni, dear friends and subscribers, he's playing his 50th test as the Indian captain. It's a proud record for an Indian captain, and he's the only one who has done that. So Mahendra Singh Dhoni not out on 17 with 3 boundaries. India, I thought, has done very, very well on this particular pitch. I wouldn't say this pitch is having much in it for the bowlers. Yes, the pace and bounce is there, but there's not much lateral movement. And I think the batting should not be much of a problem, but probably towards the end of this test match, probably there could be some cracks appearing, and spinners could be coming into the equation, and that's what prompted probably Mahendra Singh Dhoni to actually bat first. I thought it was the right decision, and I thought India have done well on the first day, considering the way they have played overseas against Australia and England in the past. I think this has been a very good start for India. India sitting at 255 for 5 at close of play on the first day. Let's look at the bowling figures here. Dale Steyn, well, he bowled well in patches, I would say. 23 overs, 5 minutes, 1 for 56. 1 on Philander, hit the seam on a regular basis. 21 overs, 2 minutes, 55 runs and 1 wicket. Morne Morkel, the best bowler of the pack, no doubt about it. Because if you look at it, he has almost bowled like a one-day international type of bowler. 19 overs, 10 maidens, 27 runs and 1 wicket that he took off Murli Vijay. Splendid bowling. He was, to me, the best bowler of the day by any stretch of an imagination. And Jack Scalise, 14 overs, 4 maidens, 1 for 37, would be absolutely glad that he took the most important wicket of Virat Kohli. Imran Tahir was used by, in fact, the spinners bowled 13 overs in this all 90 overs which was bowled for the day. And Imran Tahir, I thought that Graham Smith, every time he brought Imran Tahir, he was taken off his length by all the Indian batsmen, especially Virat Kohli, and he ended up with some very shabby figures of 8 overs, no maiden, none for 47. JP Duminy also met the same fate, bowling 5 overs for 30 runs. So India finishing at 255 for 5 stumps on day 1 of this first test match between India and South Africa. So that leaves me to just do a cricket update on the match which is going on right now. That is the first One Day International played at the Sharjah Cricket Stadium here, and Sri Lanka were the ones who batted first. In fact, it was Pakistan who won the toss and decided to insert Pakistan first. Sorry, Sri Lanka won the toss and Pakistan won the toss and Pakistan decided to bat first. And Pakistan, let me tell you, they totted up a score of 322 for 5 of their 50 overs, which was a very good score here. And Sharjah Khan once again playing his first one-day international, making his one-day international debut today. We have already seen what he is capable in the T20, and Sharjah Khan looks to be a real prospect here, because today also once again he played a very good knock. They lost Ahmed Shahzad pretty early. LBW bowled Lakmal for 11, but Sharjah Khan, in the company of Mohammad Hafeez, started creaming the Sri Lankan bowlers. And Sharjah Khan was once again impressive, hitting a lot of strokes over the fence, and also some very, very good boundaries, powerful boundaries, with Sharjah Khan's contribution being 61 of as many balls with 6 fours and 3 sixes. And what was very important is that Sharjah Khan also went aerial against Lasith Malinga. In fact, in one particular over, he hit Lasith Malinga for 2 fours and a 6 in his knock of 61. After that was Shoaib Maqsood, who came in and joined Mohammad Hafeez for the 3rd wicket partnership, which was the one which really enabled Pakistan to get on to this huge score of 322. With Shoaib Maqsood, if you look at his knock here, he made 73 good runs. He was run out, unfortunately, of 68 balls with 2 fours and 4 sixes. And let me tell you, all the 4 sixes were smited by Shoaib Maqsood over a particular region. So he's very strong on that on side. So Shoaib Maqsood was cracking those sixers over the long on region, and all the 4 sixes came of that. And if you look at that, his sixes were more than his boundaries. He hit only 2 boundaries, and he was eventually out for 73, but that was a 140 run partnership between Shoaib Maqsood, who was looking very impressive with his knock. He was nicely rotating the strike along with Mohammad Hafeez, and also dispatching all the loose balls for sixes. In fact, he 4 sixes into the long on region. And Mohammad Hafeez, well, there have been a lot of question marks about him, but this knock would have definitely shut down a few mouths here, with Mohammad Hafeez leading the way today with a century, 122 of 129 balls with 7 fours and 4 sixes. And then after that, Shahid Afridi pasting the Sri Lankan bowlers with Suranga Lakmal hit for 2 sixes and 3 sixes in fact. Totally he played a real, I would say, he bludgeoned the Sri Lankan bowlers to really get this Pakistan total past the 300 mark, and Pakistan stood at 322 for 5 after the 50 overs, thanks to Shahid Afridi, who slammed 34 of just 12 deliveries with 2 fours and 3 sixes, 2 sixes, consecutive sixes hit of the bowling of Suranga Lakmal. And after that, 322 for 5, Umar Akmal was not out on 9, Bilawal Patti was not out on 1, 322 for 5 was the final figure for Pakistan on the board after batting first in this first one-day international. Bowling, Suranga Lakmal was taken to the cleaners, 10 overs, 1 maiden, 2 for 73 for him. Malinga also left a lot to be desired, not even taking a wicket and leaking 59 runs of his 10 overs with 1 maiden. Senanayake, 9 overs. The spinners had a sort of a semblance of respectability, 9 overs, 1 maiden, none for 46 for off-spinner Sachitra Senanayake. Tisra Pereira, 6 overs, 1 for 53 with 1 wicket to his name. Angelo Matthews bowled 5 overs for 29 runs. Sakugya Prasanna, 8 overs, cost him 39 with 1 wicket. And Tilgatne Dilshan bowling 2 overs for 19. Sri Lanka, in their quest to chase 323 for victory, didn't have they had a good start, I would say. If you look at the run rate, they needed to score at a clip of 6.44, but they definitely showed the signs of getting there with some aggression. Dilshan making 30 of 43 balls with 2 fours, but Kushal Perera once again staying there and hitting the ball really hard, and he again is showing some consistency now, and that is something that Sri Lanka will be very happy about, especially considering the fact that the T20 World Cup is round the corner in Bangladesh. And I think Trisra Pereira played a wonderful knock once more in the company of Kumar Sangakkara, who guided him very well, and Kushal Perera making 64 of 68 balls with 5 fours and 1 6. Kumar Sangakkara stayed there and just gave all the strike to Kushal Perera, and his contribution was 23 before being caught behind of Shahid Afridi for 23. And right now I see Tirumane has also been scalped by Shahid Afridi for 10. Well, Sri Lanka, I would say, really struggling now, because 4 wickets are down for 147, and we are in the 33rd over. And right now I see that Dinesh Chandimal is not out on 13, the captain of the Sri Lankan team. He is not out on 13 right now. Sorry, he's not the captain. Angelo Matthews is the captain. Angelo Matthews, the captain, is not out on 4. Dinesh Chandimal is not out on 13 currently, with 1 6 that he hit of the bowling of Afridi. And I think Sri Lanka are struggling. Let's look at the bowling figures. Hafeez has already bowled his full quota, 10 overs, has gone for 52 with 1 wicket to his name that he took off Kushal Perera. Sohail Tanveer, 5 overs cost him 25. Junaid Khan, 3 overs, went for 25 with 1 wicket. Saeed Ajmal has been very, very economical, so that is their Pakistan's trump card. He has still 5 more overs to go. 5 overs, no maiden, none for 12. Shahid Afridi is doing a wonderful job with the ball. 6 overs, no maiden, 2 for 21. And Bilawal Bhatti is bowling his 4th over, and he's also been pretty economical. And he's been absolutely on the money. 4th over, he has just given away 14 runs to his name. So let's go for the latest cricket update before I end this Cricket Happening show and see what exactly is happening. So let's click on and go to the Sharjah cricket ground and see what exactly is happening. Well, the score that I have, I'm just going to give I'm just going to talk about one ball, the last ball, which is coming up from Bilawal Bhatti, and the person to take strike will be Dinesh Chandimal. In comes Bilawal Bhatti coming in. Still we are waiting for Bilawal Bhatti to come and bowl to Chandimal. The score for Sri Lanka currently reads 151 for 4. We are on the 33rd over. It's still a long way to go. 172 runs still required for Sri Lanka to win this match with 6 wickets in hand, but they have 17.1 overs in which to do that. And the required run rate is absolutely mounting. It is a very, very big 10.05 runs they required. And finally Bilawal Bhatti comes in and bowls to Chandimal. Chandimal will get across for a single, and this also brings an end to my Cricket Happening show with this live cricket update, with Pakistan making 322 for 5 of their 50 overs in this first one-day international played at Sharjah, and Sri Lanka currently in reply are really not doing well, because they require a mountain of runs to get 171 runs more to get in the final 17 overs. They are currently placed at 152 for 4. Chandimal not out 17, Angelo Matthews not out 5. That's it for the Cricket Happening show for today. See you all in my next Cricket Happening show. Until then, it's goodbye from your host Ram. Thank you.